I don't think so.
I just popped it. Because you said that.
Like I said,
I popped it. We're live.
Like I said, I was vamping.
Right.
I was vamping, waiting for the thing to go live, and we just never did. I was like,
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're
live.
good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do it again.
Oh, we live. Start over. Okay. Well. First off, welcome back. It's been a month since we played. Sorry about that. I was a little overwhelmed the last time we tried doing this, so I'm still overwhelmed, but we're a little less so. So we're gonna give D&D a try. Congrats to the two boys who were married.
Hey.
Hey.
Congrats.
3 weeks.
One more.
Is that the ring? Is that the finger you put the ring on?
It goes on this one, right?
That one's for the priest. No. Put it on. Put it here. Put it on this one. This one right here. Because it's been a month, we're gonna do a lengthier recap, starting from the beginning of my DMing at least.
The beginning.
Who actually sent you on this mission? How you got where you are? Let's start there. So you guys were in. I'll actually pull you back to the world map so you actually have a shot at remembering some of this shit. Giving you your cheat sheet.
We're in Violent.
Right.
You were in Violent. That's
Training
correct.
area.
That's correct.
And there was a lizard folk that approached us after all the lights went out or something.
It was a dragonborn, a green dragonborn approached you. What was his name?
Started with a T, I think, right?
Volstagg.
Okay,
Roll.
never mind.
Title, shade, name.
It was
Volstagg.
definitely a letter.
It had a T in it. You were close.
Shade Volstagg for like
It's
the
the
fourth
artist
time.
formerly known
Yes.
as Dragonborn.
Thank you.
You're right,
Finally,
Foz.
somebody
You're
heard
right,
me.
Foz. No, we all heard you. I definitely
Finally,
heard you.
somebody decided to acknowledge me.
Jade Volstagg came to you with a mission. He was a part of the Rogues Guild.
He's trying to. He told us about people losing their memory up in Hinterwood, and to investigate it essentially.
Right. People were so multiple facets of this. People were arriving in other parts of Odasses, the continent. We're going way back. Having pre-awakening memories. People still believing that the continent was whole and not broken apart. Missing family and acquaintances that were no longer living or around. There was a research team in Hinterwood called... Who can tell me?
Collective.
The Collective. Hey. Hey.
Hey, I see that
Who can
now.
tell me what the Collective is, or who the Collective is?
Researchers.
Sort of. In this case, they were researchers, but
I don't know.
Assholes.
Between then and before, though, we took the boat and we got attacked by the sea serpent thing.
we're getting there.
Oh, okay.
We're still building the bricks of my, my first.
You're just talking about who we're supposed to meet up
episode.
with. I got it.
Yes, yes. The Collective is a group, a subgroup of the guild. They comprise of the sorcerers, the wizards, and the warlocks, the more magically oriented of the more arcane magically oriented of the guild. In this case, they were researchers sent to Hinterwood to they were researching strange magical signatures and strange magical flare-ups in Hinterwood. You were sent to go investigate. At which point, you took a boat called the Drifter. Wow, playing with fire there. Until you end up with a wet laugh.
Almost built him on Dingus.
Wet.
Nothing worse than a wet dingus.
Even better.
I move a lot around. I move around a lot when I'm sitting here, so my legs would get all chafed too.
Chapped
All
boy.
Normally, I
That's
just
on
sit in
some
my
moisture.
chair and end up with dude soup. I'm wet by proxy, but
That's on the internet forever now.
yes, that's correct.
You're welcome, internet.
Dude, stew.
Dude soup.
Stew.
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 It's like Dude Perfect, but soup.
But it's not perfect.
Dude imperfect.
It's the worst. It's just dude.
Dude. It's just dude.
One try, every try. Anyway, you took the Drifter up the eastern coast past Kingsport, with a short stop in Kingsport, and into the Fort of Bragg. The merchant vessel was headed to Oakvale, headed for trade, and they were going to drop you off pretty much where you're pinging, yeah.
But they never.
Oh god, how do I... Ooh, how do I... Oh shit, it's been so long I don't remember how to ping.
Jesus Christ, Ross, that glass is huge.
What?
You're gonna die.
There we go.
You're gonna die.
No,
Is this still Drag
There's
Your
ice in it.
Families?
It's fine.
I don't know.
It's fine.
Nice and sober,
That's
yo.
like, that's
Just
like
talk-
half whiskey.
Check in
It's
with
like
me at the
full
end.
glass.
It's fine.
In with me at... Don't worry, we'll have to do another lengthy recap at the start of next episode.
Have a good night, babies.
We're good.
I love you.
You laugh, but it's
Hopefully,
true.
I'll talk to you soon or tomorrow.
Talk to you
I
soon.
was
See you
talking to
tomorrow.
us.
Yeah.
You're unmuted, Brandon.
I love you, Brandon.
I love you, boy.
Talking to my kids.
He called us his babies.
At last, someone
Which
calls
one
me
of-
baby.
Which one of us do you love the
Finally.
most?
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
We're
Josh,
your
don't say
babies.
Josh. That's the wrong
That's the
answer.
correct answer, and it's always gonna be the DM because that way you get inspiration.
Oh.
For that kind of flattery,
Sneaky,
Acasio gets inspiration.
Oh shit.
Don't be a simp for Matt.
I'm taking it. Okay.
No, please be a
I
simp.
want your bathwater.
So,
Simp for me. There'll be a hot tub in it
Zero.
later.
Smiles.
Anyway, we're getting off topic as usual. You guys were attacked on the high seas by what?
By the
Big Leviathan thing.
yes, the,
Yes, more specifically.
It was the,
I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was the one that's
Doommaker of
all
the
in
sea.
his that.
The Legiacris.
Yes.
That one's
Okay.
copyrighted. Sorry, Bill.
Yeah, isn't
Tabbed
D&D
by
just
a
plagiarism?
luminescent big ass serpent.
And the electric serpent that was
Tentacles.
plaguing Krantz and Ansagon
Yes.
waylaid your ship, and
Alright.
you and destroyed it. You and 3 survivors ended up on the shores of what's the forest called?
Interwood.
No,
Wolf.
thank you.
Quilty or something.
No, it's called the Storwold.
My ball.
Rothgar.
Rothgar.
It's
Y'all are the
something-
worst.
The character that used to mess up the name on purpose, Bill.
Oh,
Piss off
that's right.
Matt.
That's a callback I haven't thought about in a long,
Yeah.
long time.
What was it? It was called what?
Wogar.
It's Frogar, but you could
Yeah.
call him Rothgar.
I just realized too that that's a name of a race in Final Fantasy XIV. So I was like,
Oh,
what? How do you
well,
know
pack it
about
up.
Rothgar?
That's the secret. I'm a writer for
It's also
FF14.
the name of the big ass mountain in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't even remember what that name was for, honestly.
Something important, probably.
Well, not important enough, I guess.
We ended up
Anyway.
on the shore.
At the time.
You're on the shores of the Storwold, the forest surrounding Hinterwood. Who wants to tell me a bit about that?
Give you a little
The
bit on
shores or the Thorwald?
Just in general, just the whole journey through the Storwold into Hinterwood.
It was awash with
Oh.
lush greens and the burning reds of autumn.
And
Something,
also,
Also, like dead
people
bodies
hanging,
and
hanging from trees with metal masks fixed
too.
around their head
It's
with
creepy.
various crimes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Once
Yes.
it
Written
got
on 'em.
deeper, it got darker. Hey.
And there was creepy
Sword
walking
mask.
trees that had undead zombies either hanging from it, that was like plucking the bodies and putting them on and being like, "This is my fun Christmas ornament." That's now a zombie.
The best facsimile of Christmas.
Watched
I didn't even
Nightmare
think
Before
about that.
Christmas
That's actually pretty amazing.
A little too many times and didn't pay quite enough attention.
He's just misunderstood. He just wants to celebrate Christmas with everyone else.
Yeah.
He's just really merry.
He's also got a taste for
Celebrates
flesh
too
and
hard.
glitter, okay?
Flesh and glitter.
Honestly, who doesn't?
I mean, really. Honestly. So, yes, the Storwold, a kind of transition point between the material plane and the Fey wild. Kind of a wild, untamed place vibrant color and lush wildlife that once night falls turns into a dark, very, very dark place. You're correct about there's lots of bodies hanging from the trees here. Used as something of an execution, the preferred method of execution, it seems. Bodies hang from the forest in full iron masks, heavily detailed. Signs hanging around their necks, professing their crimes. You did come across a great white tree, which you decided to not fuck with at all. Lots of
there
bodies
was
hanging
also
from it.
a vision where
You did indeed have a
Foz
vision.
died in it, and Foz thought it would be best to avoid it. So.
You weren't dead, technically. You were
Oh,
still.
well.
You were hanging from it for sure.
Oh
You were-
well, I interpreted
Seems
that
pretty
as
dead
being
to me.
dead.
It's pretty grim. No doubt. No doubt. Your caution is commendable. But while you were on the road, you, your group, the Seekers of Fate, and 3 survivors were attacked. By what?
Spider Samurai.
A
Yes,
four-faced
that's correct. Remove your inspiration.
samurai. Well, not samurai, but
Spider-Man.
a
No.
four-faced
Zombies.
crab-like entity covered in a hard stone-ish like skin. A
Right.
carapace.
It was like that Batman and Spider-Man cartoon, but hellish and awful.
It was more. It was more like Wild Wild West. We knew a spider was
Ooh.
coming.
That
at some
move,
point.
ooh, that move. is good. Can I give you disadvantage for that? No, just kidding.
Oh, god damn. I do declare. Yeah, you were attacked by a bunch of zombies and a stone, like a 4-faced creature wearing gold masks, carrying 4 swords, and dragging itself through the forest. Stone of skin. It wreaked momentary havoc, but was not able to kill you.
It almost killed what's his name.
He and the half orc, whose name I forget at the moment, almost died.
Herefore,
Some of you were in a bad way. What were the masks, the golden masks that this creature was wearing? What were they?
One was a
halfling
halfling, which
and
was like the
elf.
important one because it was like
Was it
cursed and
dwarf?
actually had something.
When was
So I heard
Sorry.
elf, dwarf,
Elf, dwarf,
halfling,
human,
right?
and halfling.
and human. That's correct.
The halfling mask was a mask of memory, which bears a curse. The wearer begins to feel a purpose, and their motives and behavior change to match the whoever was blessed by the mask, or like the previous owner was. And like through the open eye, you can see through illusions of a certain type of magic. But it's
Correct.
cursed.
That's correct. There were 4 masks, yes. And the halfling mask, a scarred visage, one eye shut with the Eye of Lathander. Hinterwood is a big... the most popular sect of worship is for the Dawnfather, Lathander. His iconography was on the halfling mask, on the pupil. You presume the halfling was blind. The other faces,
science.
the human seemed to be burned. These masks bear a great amount of detail to reflect, hair, physical scars, features, and noses and such. Who remembers what the distinction of the iron masks were? Why were they different from the golden ones?
What was it? The iron. When we fought the people with the iron mask, they had iron mask on them, right?
The zombies
they
did,
like-
yes.
Weren't they like heretics? And so they're people who had somehow crossed the faith in some way, shape, or form.
As we got closer to the city, it was like
Yes.
that. Originally, it
correct.
was more like murderer, thief, rapist, arsonist.
Well, the ones we
Tax
saw
evasion.
was like heretic,
Blasphemer.
and,
Right.
Yeah.
So
Blasphemer.
closer to the coast, further away, it seemed like the crimes that most of these people had committed were kind of just generic murder, arson, rape, murder, rape. You said rape twice. Get out of my head.
You said that
Where I
twice.
was headed.
Shout out to Blazing Saddles, am I right?
Am I right? But as the further the closer to Hinterwood you got, the bodies seemed to increase, and the crimes committed seemed to take a more religious connotation, as though the church were taking over executions and trying for crimes. Not the thing I was going for, but a fair note going forward. But the Iron Mask were featureless, blank faces with just eye holes, as though they were trying to remove their identities as a part of their crimes. You also found something else in the forest. What was it? Specifically
a
an
sword, and
So, yeah,
there was a
sword.
little girl's thing,
Hunter.
inscription, something.
Yes,
I
you
wrote
found
down. Where is it? Where is
you
it?
found a cloven mask of depicting whom?
His daughter Dahlia Mortimer,
That's correct.
who we eventually found out died of a sickness.
That's right.
Or so they say.
They're great.
Insert
the
dramatic
sickness.
chipmunk here.
I think the only thing else of note in this is that the white tree was moving around, eating bodies and collecting more to hang from its limbs.
Merry Christmas.
It was down in a clearing. You guys, or Bud in particular, briefly tracked a creature that didn't quite seem to match the thing that attacked you, but it was left a trail of fur, like a large trail and fur patches.
Yes.
Going north and east.
Just
would
imagine
be,
what a shower drain would look like.
Which would be... Nope, hang on. Is it doing it? Why is my...
You trying to
Also-
ping?
No, hang on. Hold, please.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
I see that.
And for whatever reason, it was orange, but it was heading in a this way direction.
Wait, 15 feet.
Yeah, that's right. It went 15 feet. It's
Did we
right there.
also-
It's in front of you.
Did
Oh,
we
I
also
see.
mention the amalgamation?
That was the four-armed, four-legged,
Okay,
four-masked
got Cool.
creature.
Where have you been, Josh?
I had to take my hairy son to the doctor today because he's not peeing right. So
Talking about the last 15 minutes.
I gotta
Yeah, I
pee
know,
right
I
now.
okay.
Your hairy son.
I was like, I'm not gonna pee right now.
Hairy son.
No, I keep having to get up and pay attention to this fat son.
Oh, yeah.
Fat son.
I have all these
Jalen
notes.
too.
Well,
They,
he
they will
likes
they
it.
will find ways to make you pay attention to them. Hey,
It'll
take me
step
to the
on
vet.
everything.
Take me to the place I hate the most, so you'll pay
Just so
attention
you
to me.
love me.
Right?
Yeah.
Are we
Just
talking
to
about...
just to prove that you are my human slave.
Let me tell you something real quick.
Are we
I
talking about
learned-
pets or kids?
Yes. He is my kid.
I don't see a difference.
I found out today that if
There's
you
a
want to get a
difference.
urine sample from a cat, that they have to put a syringe inside their bladder
Ah.
from the outside. They put it through their stomach and their bladder, and then they extract the urine, and then
Ow.
they take a sample because they
Lord.
can't just wait for a cat to pee outside of the litter box.
I wonder how many doctors just had to be like, well, we just gotta wait until he pisses, and then, you
Yeah.
know, we'll get
Some
the
guy
sample
just
that
like,
way.
We'll
you know
know.
what? Fuck this.
Fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going straight to the
I'm
So
going
it was
in.
like, we're doing this. Get the x-ray machine. I got the syringe. This cat hasn't pissed in 4 days. What's it waiting for?
Yeah. I haven't seen
Meanwhile,
my
when
child
dog
in 4
lands,
days.
here's a fire
Yeah.
hydrant. Cup.
Here's literally anything.
You just
He's
you just get a dog a little bit more excited than usual, and it's gonna pee for you. You can get a sample off the floor easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just leave it there. That's a good enough sample right there.
The cat's like, so you're gonna wait, huh? All right.
All right, Tyler's
Make you
back.
wait.
So we made our way. This probably was around where you stopped being able to show up. Making our way. Stopped being able to show up, Tyler. So you guys eventually made your way to Hinterwood. Who was there to meet you?
No, I was
Agent
I was-
Corvu.
Yeah,
Kovu.
Agent Kovu.
Kovu. That's correct.
Also, I have a note here that does say that Boar, the half-orc, doesn't like Umlau at all.
No, not at all.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leave that alone.
Umlau was essentially just predicting their deaths the entire time, or threatening that they're gonna die out in the forest. So at the first possible opportunity, they skedaddled. But in the forest, Bud, he did pull you. You and
Yeah.
Boar had a conversation where He essentially
I don't
told you
like
to keep.
him.
Yeah, essentially told you to keep Umla away from him, or he's gonna kill him.
Keep that
So-
windy bitch away from me, or we're gonna be having words.
I believe that those were my exact words. That's correct.
Yeah.
That windy bitch.
But we're also now we have to find Manus McMahon.
Manus McMahon, your
Member of the
contact.
Warlock Collective, but he's a sneaky
Oh, right.
bastard.
Is
and he
he's
can
a
disguise
tiefling,
himself.
right?
He-
Dwarf.
He's a dwarf.
He's a
Who can tell me
dwarf?
the defining features of a dwarf? Or of not a dwarf, but the dwarf.
That's- all right.
Manus.
Short.
You were given a brief description of him. What does he look like?
Well, he's a changeling, right, or something? But
Or he
Well, he can
uses
change his
so-
appearance.
he has some scar or something on his eye, right?
No. No
a
scar.
one-armed man.
No scar.
I
He
didn't
is a
write down
warlock
the
and has the ability to change his face. He is not a changeling. His
Crescent
dwarf
moon
right now, right?
tattoos with lines.
That's right.
under
He has
his
two
eyes?
crescent moon tattoos beneath his eyes with lines struck down through them. Nice work.
This is how I
Um,
passed school.
D's get degrees, right, kids? D's get degrees. But yes.
Degrees?
y'all got degrees? Y'all got any of them degrees out there? But yeah, no, you got a general description of his appearance and a location, like a landmark where he likes to hang out. What was it?
Crescent Moon Inn.
The Rising Moon Inn.
Rising Moon Inn.
That's it, yeah.
The
He has
Rising
Crescent
Moon
Moon
Inn and
tattoos.
Tavern. Crescent Moon tattoos. What else did Kovu tell you? He gave you information about something else as well.
That he works with Shade Wolfsteck.
True.
He said something about
Something
not
about the
lingering
eyes of
too much.
Lavender.
Sorry. Noise collision. Tyler, start with you. What was
He said something
what
about
did you
not
say?
lingering too much or something drawing attention to ourselves.
He told you to keep a low profile.
Yeah.
Mostly, so the reason for that is that the guild members are usually frowned upon in Hinterwood. They're kind of just not super widely accepted by everyone. But he gave you information about the Mortimers in particular. Do you remember what it was?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah. No.
Wait. The Mortimer dude was the guy who on the executioner's sword we found. And his daughter
His daughter.
died of a disease.
It was indeed
and
his
that was
daughter.
the bisected mask that we found. And he was the lead executioner for the Eyes of Lathander. Or
So
something.
yes.
I believe that is.
90% is good enough for me. The Eyes of Lathander are the hunters of Lathander's church. Goes into the forest to combat the undead. Mortimer himself, let me make sure I got his first name. Rufus Mortimer was head executioner for the church until his daughter died some months ago. He's recently retired from the work, quoting his bereavement and inability to continue doing what he's doing. The sword you found, the enchanted executioner's greatsword, was his. Oh, and it had an inscription on it too. Do you guys remember what it was?
Searching through notes.
I think this is where I've lost a bunch of my notes.
Yeah, some reason my notes, I think Google didn't sync my notes correctly. Because
James, how
Lost
long
my
have your notes been vanishing? How?
I just don't have that piece.
James said they're in
My notes are
Spanish.
split. My notes are split, and I know one of them didn't save a good chunk
Yeah.
of stuff that I had.
This is why
I
we're
did
going over. it.
not write
Throw
down
a lot-
what
I throw a
the
lot at you guys.
sword
I
said.
throw a lot at you
No.
guys.
I did not write that down.
Hang on, I'm going back through my notes.
Probably too busy being umlaut to really remember.
Well, then you're truly being umlau, right?
I'm a method actor.
How?
There's a reason I don't
umlau.
take notes when we're playing Avernus.
That is who I am.
Yeah.
I
don't take notes.
Fuck, hang on. I don't know why I didn't do this before. Devoted warriors in life, divine purpose in death, is what it said. Or no, those are the masks. Those are the masks. That's what those say.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I've forgotten.
Yeah.
We'll just let it go then.
It says gives Zoom +3 damage or something. I don't know.
Written in stone.
It's in fate.
Hit undead.
Says Holy Avenger. Weird.
Weird. How did this happen?
Not even a paladin.
Right then. So, Manus McMahon. Why is he so hard to find? Like, why is he hard to find right now?
Because he's changing his shape and he's lying low.
Right.
Because he's spooked by something.
He's spooked by something. You're just not
husband-
sure what.
There was some. Wasn't it his husband was threatened or something?
Yeah, so Drake asked
Not quite, but that was.
bar.
Or his husband is missing?
We'll get there in a second.
Yeah.
So you guys ended up going to the Rising Moon Inn, and began your information collecting attempts. We'll say. Who can tell me about the inn and what you guys did there and
I was
whatnot?
not present, so I cannot.
So yeah, try to give a detailed recollection so that
Drank and
Tyler
slept.
knows. Drank and slept. That is a thing that happened.
We were definitely being watched by a lot of people from the town.
Yeah, there was a drunk guy outside.
Right.
Or
There
beggar.
was Oh, shoot the man.
That would be your DM.
So Umlau, yeah, sang for a bunch of people and bought drinks for patrons, and two joined us at our table. Zinkin, a halfling trader who is kind of uncomfortable and just left early. The other was a tiefling named Devoted, who is Anne Eye of Lathander. He was curious about us, and we were aloof and didn't tell him exactly how we got here or that we came through the forest.
Or that.
Yeah, we just kind of were like, we're traveling mercenaries.
No, I like to sing, mate.
He offered to help us find who we're looking for, who we were kind of light on the details about, and offered to help us find him, and we kind of lightly turned him down, but he told us to look at the temple of Lathander, presumably, to find him should we want to.
Not this. Oh well, yes, to find Devoted. Absolutely.
yeah.
So
No,
the tiefling priest that approached you from Umlau's song, who was trying to kind of filter down the denizens of the Rising Moon Inn, offered his aid, and should you ever need him, he will be at the Temple of Lathander. Anything else?
Drake asked the bartender about Manus and was able to get from the bartender that Manus used to frequent the bar with his husband, who was an Eye of Lathander, and Manus's husband was executed in Le Forest, and Manus disappeared afterward, taking the death rather hard.
Right.
And then Vulcan brought the beggar some bacon in the morning, saw some scars in one of his eyes, and one of his eyes is blind, and it has the son of Lathander in it, and that was the cliffhanger that we left on
Correct.
with bacon.
Vulcan, you did indeed bring. You were offered leftover stew from the night before, or breakfast, a breakfast hash and bacon for the beggar, which you decided to bring out to him. So we will pick up there. But first, a word from our sponsors. So
Candies.
Do you,
Vulcan,
like guarantees?
Can I interest you in the perfect product?
No, you cannot. You
Perfect
cannot.
for you. Perfect for your family.
It's not.
It's not.
it's
Hi,
not.
how are you? I'm glad to hear that.
So.
I'm glad to
Sorry,
hear
Hugh.
that. Oh,
Oh.
I think that's my favorite part of that.
That's
Anyway,
the best part of the song.
it's like, hi, how are you? So, I'm glad to hear that. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so we will start with Vulcan
Bacon.
briefly.
And bacon.
You spent your evening posted up outside of the inn, opting to take your long rest outside. where you were able to witness the rising sun over Hinterwood. Just as a reminder, the Hinterwood itself is mostly decorated in the, or like architected in the fashion of like old Victorian homes. High towers tend to be the style of choice to catch the morning and daily sun rays as often as possible. The tops of most buildings capped in gold or gold plating to reflect the sun, sometimes artistically. Stained glass also seems to be a feature for the more wealthy homes or the homes who are able to afford such things. As you watched the sunrise, you could see some of those dappled colors splashing over the streets and over nearby buildings. The golden light of dawn seems to be particularly emphasized, being reflected off of certain domes and certain golden plates to reflect and highlight certain buildings or certain areas, kind of like as of importance or just artistic decoration. You approached the beggar standing outside the mouth of the alley. Him just basking in the sun, just enjoying the morning rays of dawn. This beggar, as if you guys recall, was downtrodden, dirty, sitting in the alley of the Rising Moon Inn as you approached, muttering to himself, talking about dreams and various other slow mutterings that none of you really took too long to try and listen in on. But while you're having this moment outside, everyone inside, you're having... While Vulcan is standing vigil outside, the rest of you experience like kind of a fitful and uneasy sleep, fraught with just strange dreams. And this isn't just unique to Foz. All of you do. Foz in particular, you have a very vivid dream. Something you're well versed in. It's akin to a vision, but feels different. It feels different because it isn't prophetic. It's not a vision of your own magic to giving you something from the future. It's suddenly a recurring dream, like a lucid dream. You spend another night hanging on the pale tree. The treetops of the surrounding forest are blazing with a vibrant blue, a dark blue eclipsed sun shining high above you. The normally red and orange and blue flowers of the autumnal storewold are blue, all shades of blue. And the blue, again, the blue eclipse shines high above the tree. A warm orange sun still continues to shine dimly at its roots, sputtering slightly. And despite yourself, despite this second experience you're having of like slight panic and fear of hanging, like a death throw, essentially, you find it slightly melancholy. The sight of the dimming sun underneath in its roots, slightly melancholy. This is all familiar to you. This is what you've seen before. But what's new is that there's a feminine voice singing on the air, somewhere down below you. More feminine than that. Despite how well versed you are, I did look up what languages you speak. She's singing in a voice you do not understand. But despite that, music transcends language, and its message is unmistakable in tone. It's a song of loss, of sorrow, of time spent and something long gone.
Can I speak with animals? That was bad. I'm sorry.
It's all good. All good.
Man of constant sorrow.
All through his days. Despite the tone of the song, it still carries a undertone of comfort and hope. She's kind of on the peripheral of your vision. You're slowly turning. You can see the underside of the tree. You can see the sun underneath in its roots, nestled in its roots. And just at the edge of your vision, you catch a glimpse of white cloth, and a just a pale figure somewhere on your periphery. And then you
Pale
wake up.
figure, as in like fair skinned, or like
I would
just
say
from
she
the white, and I can't make
Bone.
out the actual person.
She seems to you can't really see the person. You kind of get a glint of like she's emitting a light of some kind. You kind of get the impression that like she's singing to the roots of the tree and the sun.
Okay.
Nature Arcana check.
Well, you're not there, so.
Oh, I'm not there.
Is this? Yeah,
Sorry,
is this,
this
a
is
group
unique.
hallucination,
This
or-
is uniquely a Foz dream
Oh,
right now.
okay.
At this second.
Acasio, get out of my dreams. You
I will
are
have
not welcome here.
Here I am.
Alright.
She's got my face.
Your fish face.
Right, it's-
I hate it when I dream of freaky fish eyes.
The rest of you also share dreams. Less prophetic, less esoteric. Your dreams are strangely vivid, but no less melancholy. You all dream of families, of people lost, of just you guys all wrote a similar theme in your backstories, so everyone is essentially dreaming of lives they could have had, or families they no longer have. Acasio, you dream of a body restored, a life amongst your people void of plague and hunger and destitution. Bud, you see your family, a different life for yourself, happily living at your storefront, living a life of commerce, not war. Dreek, you dream of a family you wish you had, the potential of crew who they could have been, what this crew could be. Kas, dreams. Umlau, you dream of your father, restored to life, no longer imprisoned, and a family that isn't just song and myth, but real. And Zoom, most freshest of you, your dream is the most vivid of this group. You dream of your foster family, most recently departed, living their happy lives down in Krantz. All of your dreams are filled with a promise that these dreams could be reality. That these dreams are not just dreams. And all of them, all of these faces wear masks of gold. Vulcan, you don't dream. You stare into the face of a scarred halfling with one working eye. A sun gleaming little glints, reflected lights off of it in the dawn. Hang on, I'm rolling through my notes. His scarred features are thrown into sharp relief with the rising sun. Just craggy shadows all over his face. His is a life of violence, or was. Who knows? He's clearly a deranged beggar now. But despite looking into him, you see a little bit of lucidity there as he looks up into your metallic face. This close to him, you can see that his tattered, oversized rags seem to have some sort of like muted pattern all over them. They might be faded with, just time and filth and who knows whatever else, but they appear to have been robes at one point, it seems.
Glean anything more from the? Can I roll to glean anything more from that? If it's familiar, if I saw them on someone else.
You could certainly roll an investigation or history. I would allow you either.
Investigation or history. Oh, 1 second. I gotta do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Oh, sorry. Let me actually
Not the thing, anything but the thing.
drag you guys back
No,
there.
The thing.
The robes, you're not sure. They kind of have like this. it's almost like a like concentric circles. They're just kind of like it seems like they bloom outward in some areas and then kind of like in others. But you have no memory of
Not familiar. To me.
his robes in particular. His face is strikingly familiar though.
I gave him this, from if I remember, I gave him the food, but he didn't say anything to me, right? I just kind of like. With the sound.
He opened his eyes, looked at you, and we ended the session.
Wow, that's-
So.
Okay.
Yeah. He looks up into your face and he says, "Who are you?"
One of consequence. Perhaps for tonight or for this morning, your friend. And, I don't know if I didn't leave the bowl next to him, then I offer him the bowl.
Yeah, you lean down and pick up the bowl and present it to him.
Yeah.
He says, "Tell me, Metal Man, do you dream?" That's
But they have been described to me.
and that is a kind mercy.
What do you dream of?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Put a little dreaming in it.
With that quick pause when you were like, Metal Man, do you dream? I held off so hard and just going, you will.
Androids dream of electric sheep.
Do they?
He says, "I can't stand my dreams any longer. I only see the dead. My husband. They offered me my
Are you-
husband back. They offered me happiness. But I know I won't find any there." And he's just openly weeping now.
Like, is he hysterical? Like, I'm not gonna be able to get anything more from him?
No. He's just like, it's like silent weeping.
Yeah. Were you a soldier, perhaps?
Roll me a quick persuasion check.
A Vulcan doesn't. Guy, not the executioner, is he? That character. Would I know enough to know that?
That he's who?
He's not the He's not
Rufus?
not Rufus, is he?
No.
Okay. Okay. Sure, I was missing a character. A point there.
So weird how they put the
The
number that
primary
you
number.
actually need to see. It's like
Yeah.
faded and small.
It's
and
very
then-
strange. It's very strange.
Oh,
I
the
guess it-
nine.
You see a brief moment of hesitation where he says, "Yes. I mean, no. No, I wasn't. I'm not a soldier."
Is it that you come to dream of the dead then?
It's this place. They send you dreams. The bride of Lathander sends you dreams. Always the same. Always the same. And he's like raising his voice.
Tell that bitch to be cool.
Be like Fonzie.
I will say at this point, everyone is starting to kind of rouse from your own dreams, simply because it like dawn is like the start of the day in Hinterwood. Like bells are ringing and people are outside. Like it's full on starting. So just the general noise. If you weren't already awake, you're awake now. So and it's like roughly about like 5 a.m.
You my daddy, mate. Oh. I'm just kidding, guys. Ha ha.
And I just start putting my stuff away in my pack.
Yeah, I don't know how you. I think you guys got like 4 rooms and paired off. I don't know. I don't remember who was with who, because that was decided several sessions ago.
Pretty sure I was with Paz.
Agreed.
Did I end up with Logan?
I
You
believe so.
wanted to, and I didn't.
Or something.
Yeah, Vulcan never came to bed.
I'd probably be with Dreek or Umlau.
Yeah.
I was
Forgot who
probably
I-
with Bud. That
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sounds
think.
about right.
Yeah. I can't remember.
all good. But you awaken speaking, and trying to placate somebody that isn't there. You realize like Vulcan's bed is undisturbed, and like he never came up.
I'm like still embarrassed because even though there's nobody there, I know exactly what was going on in my dream. So I'm just like, that was a weird one, mate. Better put the smiles on. I just kind of tell myself as I'm putting my stuff away. I start to move out the room, trying to find everyone.
What do the rest of you do?
When I wake up, seeing that I could be restored and having this promise essentially shown before me, I would immediately try to find Paz.
All right. You leave Dreek, who fell asleep standing up, leaning back against his tail. You pass a Dreek standing in the corner of the room, opposite where the door opens. So you just rush past him, and you Dreek like you startle awake as Ocasio slams the door behind him. Ocasio, you go straight to Zoom and Faz's room and start knocking.
Can I help you, friend?
I had a strange dream. Is this your doing?
I do not give dreams. I simply receive them.
I need you to make me a promise.
That depends on what you ask.
That you'll do everything in your power to restore me to my regular form.
I will do what I am able.
You see, Cassie is kind of like a lot more awake than he should be right now, like kind of excited, but kind of nervously excited.
Zoom like rolls over. He's like, I had a pretty strange dream too, but I mean, we're gonna do our best, Ocasio.
Your best will have to be enough. I fear if I'm not restored to my original trial form, that my people will perish.
Why's
you
that?
Believe the fate of your people is somehow tied to your individual self?
Not quite sure. I just know that my dream, I was back with them as a draw. I can't imagine them lasting much longer, not being able to swim as I could.
see.
Bud, you
Yes, sir.
awaken. Right next to Kaz.
Meow.
Fucking what was that cat on the Cartoon Network? The shit. Like, exit stage left.
Snagglepuss?
Snagglepuss, that was it.
Yeah. Snarf! Oh, wait, no.
Even.
That was Snarf was Thundercats.
Snarf
It was.
Yeah, no.
very different.
Lion nose, Snarf.
Put 'em up, put 'em up.
Yeah.
The lion from Mr. Boss. But anyway,
Yeah, I'll stretch out, do the whole back crack, and good morning, brother. Reach down, and if you're not awake yet, I stroke the back of my furry hand along your side of your face. And I slap you on the chest.
He's
Not too
awake.
hard.
He's awake. So when you look over, Casa's sitting on his bed, like kind of like legs swung over the bed and kind of staring at the floor. So you brush his face and slap him in the chest, and he looks up at you suddenly, stormy gray eyes, kind of with just a hint of something yellow around the outsides. And he looks straight at you like he's just seeing you.
He's got crusty eye.
He's got the crusty eye. He's got the yellow eye. He's touching his pee-pee. Touch his eye.
Does it look like magical? The yellow around him?
It
Definitely
looks.
something I wouldn't have noticed before.
It looks kind of like a bit of radiant energy, but it's a fleeting thing, and then it's gone.
Sure. Very curious. And, I'm not gonna. If it's just fleeting, it wouldn't be really enough for me to like sit.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah.
it pulsed inward, so like toward the center of his eye, like changing the eye color, and then receded back out.
Okay. Are you doing all right there, brother?
I'm not sure. I haven't had a dream like that in a long, long time.
Neither have I. I saw my family once again. Something stirred me to my core.
I forget sometimes. We both came from merchant families.
That we did, but now that ship has long sailed, and maybe one day we'll get back to our roots, but for now, victory and glory awaits.
The straightforwardness is always my favorite. All right. He like cracks his neck and kind of like he's getting like hyping himself up for it at least, and he's like, "All right, let's go."
I'd like to imagine you stomp on the edge of your my spear, and it kind of flips up, grab it, and we're out.
We're off to the races. All right. Did I hit everybody? I think Adrique, what do you want to do?
Well, I was gonna kind of, as Acasio approaches Foz, like after that whole conversation happens, I just kind of like show up. Like I made my way over there, but they're kind of just like surprised at my appearance. And I'm like kind of timid, but I'm just like, I also had a dream, similar. Wizard man, I came to you because I thought you would have answers, perhaps.
I might be able to help with an interpretation.
I had visions of my past life. It was terrible, but at the end, it gave me hope. Perhaps I never had a real family. I kind of like scoot closer to Foz and kind of whisper to him now.
Do you wish for it to be a private conversation?
I don't want the others to hear this.
Zoom, leave us.
Ah, all right. Just like gets up and like
Professional business.
Okay.
put this out.
Alright.
And he like picks
No,
up like he takes Acasio and like sort of like turns him around too and like let's go get like some breakfast.
Come.
Yeah.
Let us talk. And ushers you into the room and shuts the door.
Yeah. So I'm still like kind of whispering. I hope. I'm not saying this should happen, but I hope this group of fellows might be well enough to be my family. I had such a vision in that dream. I hope you can guarantee my safety with these folks.
Well, it could be an omen. Have you dreamed things that have come true in the past? I do not know if you have the gift of foresight. However, dreams can manifest
I never
visions
have.
of the future.
I've never had a dream as such, but waking up, I had such a feeling of hope that I might have a new family, such as these folks. But this is why I seek you out. But
Well-
I digress.
We have been through a lot together, so I will not say that it will not happen, but it is possible.
Just a glimmer of hope. That's all I need. It's okay. Anyway, I kind of snap out of it. I'm like, all right. And then I kind of storm out of the room like, wizard man, you've done well. All right. And I kind of walk out, storm out.
Amazing. Boz, roll me an intelligence check.
Let me find the stat. Click that. Ability check. Yes. With the cosmic dice, 14.
Also, do you have your daily oracle dice?
Oh, let me do that. Boo. How do I found a re? That's percentile. Nope.
I don't know what your stored values were and what you've got now, so I just
I
wanna clear that
had
up
a
while we're at
7 when I had one left when the day ended, but start of a new day, so I would
Reroll. I just meant for
Yeah.
your magic item. I don't know what you have stored in there or how long it
Oh,
lasts.
I
or-
used that one, so it's empty right now.
Sounds great. Okay.
So I'm gonna reroll my portents. Since it's empty, I'm gonna store the 7 that I did have,
Mhm.
into it. I'm not gonna keep that for today.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll 10 percentile dice because I don't know how to Foundry. Just
What?
ignore that.
Oh, you don't know how to cancel. Right click.
Yeah, I
Usually.
was trying to subtract it. Okay, these are the
586.
foretelling dice.
Wow.
Not
Nice.
bad.
16 and 14.
Those aren't bad. Regardless, with a 14 intelligence, it's extremely odd. Like, you've given Dreek a good answer, and you might even believe it. But for this many people to have that many dreams, and like, you've had like 2-3 people who have already had dreams, plus yourself, that's way too many. Something is clearly wrong, and you're not sure what it is. But in your own words, like you're reciting back to your own words, you only receive visions, you don't give them. And that's it.
Alrighty.
Umlau, if you're on the horn, is there anything you wanted to do? I see you walking back. Oh, you're muted, sorry.
I'm kind of in the hallway, kind of like watching everyone as they go into the room of Foz, and then I watch, as people leave as well. And at that point, I just kind of keep to myself unless somebody says anything about the dream. But
Okay.
I'm probably still doing as soon as I pass the room, as I watch Zoom and Acasio leave, then I probably start singing. I'm just like,
Ooh, good morning, mates. Today's the day we get to do some things. Maybe we'll drink and have a party or so. It's been a while, mate. I didn't sleep well. Let's go get some drinks or something. Yeah? Guys, don't leave me up here in the hallway, please.
and I
All
just
right, come
run.
on with us.
You had one too, didn't you? And Foz is just kind of dead, like stare straight at Umlau, like right in the eyes.
I turn around, and I'm just like,
Do
Hold
not
on, mate.
go away.
Yeah, I had one what, mate? I
A
was just
dream.
singing songs. We all have dreams, mate. What did you dream about?
I was hanging from that tree once more. There was a woman singing, enrobed in white.
That
Many
sounds lovely,
others
mate.
have dreamed dreams this past rest. It is not a coincidence.
I'm trying real hard not to talk about the dream. But as I look at Foz and I'm just like,
I saw me dad, mate. He was running around and he wasn't angry and stuff.
I see.
You normally angry?
and I completely forget that Zoom is behind me. And I'm like,
I thought Zoom had walked away as well. I thought you guys had left.
I'm like,
Yeah, mate. I mean, as of lately, he's been really angry. He's just upset, mate, because he can't find me mom. But she's out there somewhere.
Well, okay.
and I'm just like,
Well, good morning. Let's head to breakfast, eh? Let's eat something. God, I just can't get it. Damn it.
I try to like go past everyone.
Whoa.
Yeah. You
You
got
guys see
raided
this?
while you were not sitting in your chair.
Oh my god, thank you everybody. Hello. Welcome.
Oh, excellent.
Welcome
Wilkin is back.
everybody.
Wilkin. I made the
Wow,
classic
yes.
blunder of looking at your bottom roll, not the top one.
We're involved in a land war in
dice
Asia.
is not the little number. You do recognize this guy.
Oh, the 14?
Wow.
The history
Yeah,
of
the
14?
14, not the 12. Yeah.
Yes.
You recognize him as the halfling depicted on the mask.
Oh my god.
Oh, the illusion?
Yeah, the mask that Foz
Yeah.
was mulling over, the magical mask. This man sitting before you, munching on bacon and hash,
Yeah.
it bears a very striking resemblance to the man on the mask.
I'm trying to think what that means. I'm not getting it.
There's
First time we actually met someone who actually represented a mask.
Yeah, actually, it is.
And he's not wearing any mask, right?
He is not currently wearing any mask. This man's face is just his
He's
own.
got bangs down to his nose. No, just kidding.
Wilkin, roll me
like a
an
lady.
insight check.
Say,
Dude looks like a lady. With a 19.
Nice.
Thanks, Daniel. I learned from my mistake. But thanks for trying. Actually, hang on. Let me do one of them.
That wasn't. I know that was Foz predicting the outcome.
With that sudden realization, they're like, "Oh wait, I do recognize this person." And you start staring at him.
yeah.
You see just the vaguest of shimmers around his face. You can see two lines where you can follow the tracks of his tears down his face, but they're behind them look like inked lines. And two more that form crescent shapes right beneath his eyes. A slightly ruddy beard as well. In a shape that stands just a little taller, about a foot taller than a halfling should. Clearly to you, this means there's an illusion. There's some sort of illusion on him.
Man, we seek.
And I was present for all the information about. Wait, did you say just shimmering, or do I see certain shapes under his eyes?
You see, you see a shimmer of illusion.
Okay.
You can see that there's some sort of image placed over this figure, like a disguise of some kind. You're not sure what it is. There's some sort of magic projecting an image in front, and some other like solid person behind it. And like those crescent shapes and the lines seem to be like attached to his face. And so much so that like the figure that isn't disguised, that's behind the image, seems taller than a halfling should be.
Interesting.
Am I? Oh, can I talk to him again?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've gone through everybody. It's your turn.
Okay. Who's your husband?
And I wrote it down. My husband, Gregor. Dead. Always dead. He kind of... You see him blink, and the like he's been muttering, like when we last left you, he was muttering, "The dreams never stop. The dreams never stop." And as your question stop, when you ask him about his husband again, he snaps back into kind of like a lucid moment, and tells you, Gregor. And he looks at you again. Who are you?
Perhaps more of a friend you expected. Think my friends would like to meet you. Come inside with me.
No.
Think we may be able to help you.
No, I can't go inside. Too many people watching. The thunder watches. And he's like coming in close, like uncomfortably close to you now. Although I don't know how you would receive that, given that you're a machine and like, you know, you don't really have like human precepts, but like he's like really in your personal space now, looking straight up into your eyes, and he says, "They're looking for me. Yes. They seek the dreams, they seek the bride of Lathander. But I can't."
I will make... am I still holding the bowl?
I would have said he would have taken it from you at this point.
Okay, I was gonna press it into his hands if not.
I'm gonna refresh. I don't know what happened to my camera, but keep talking. I can hear you.
I want to leave him to his meal. Turn to my friends.
Okay.
I will be back presently. Warm yourself with this food.
You return inside. He says, "Friends." Like as you're leaving, like you're about to get to the door, and he says, "There are no friends here. Only the ones you wish you had in golden mass." And then you pause at the door and continue on, I assume. So
Only the ones you what?
only the ones you... What did I say?
Wish you had in golden
Wish you
mask.
had. Yeah.
Golden mass. Got it.
There's no friends here.
Trying so hard not.
So at this point, you guys have kind of all mulled down into the tavern's common room. There aren't too many people here, but the gnomish waitress that you met the day before and the Goliath bartender are all here, are both here. The gnome is beginning like the makings of breakfast and like serving you guys, and you guys begin collecting together. So you guys are all in the same place.
Last night I had a dream, similar to the one that I had in the forest, where I was hanging from the branches of the tree. However, this time there was a woman singing and robed in white. I have had discussions with some of you, and it seems as though many of you have dreamed overnight. Many have been offered something that they desire. Raise your hands if this has been your experience.
Impromptu therapy session with Foz over breakfast. Koss raises his hand.
Raises his hand.
I cross my arms and I quickly just like put it up and back down.
I love that. Does everyone raise their hand? Is there anybody who doesn't? Other than Milton.
Okay, am I there? Am I? Have I rejoined?
Yeah, you've approached the
Oh,
table.
okay.
You're in this conversation for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I see. Then I believe we have something to investigate. What could be the origin of these dreams?
The madman outside has some thoughts.
Then we should talk to him.
I also believe he is one we are looking for. I believe he is McMahon. McManus?
Manus McMahon.
Man. I believe he is McMahon.
Man.
Is he a long, distant cousin of Vince McMahon?
Listen, I wrote that name without any precepts of wrestling, and I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a second.
I was like, hold up.
We've been here before.
My God!
Derailing
It's a
over.
warlock with a steel chair.
This Hexblade.
The collective from the top rope.
It's a warlock with 3 spells!
OP.
Please nerf.
Turn to a Foz. Like, I think perhaps you will see beyond the illusion.
I
Is,
did detect something illusory in the alleyway last night. I was going to investigate it later today.
I believe that time is now.
Well, minutes from now is later.
The time is now.
Shall we go now, or does anyone else have anything we wish to discuss with the group? I will take your silence
Let's all go.
as negative.
You all cast uneasy looks at each other.
Proprietor,
You get
I
the
will
impression that
expect-
maybe some of you want to say something, but nobody speaks up. Go ahead, Foz.
Oh, on the way out. Proprietor, I expect a hot pot of tea upon my return. As he walks out.
The gnomish woman looks slightly affronted, and then you walk out the door. Your demand is
her.
like,
I look at her and I'm like,
I'm sorry about the old guy, mate. Thinks he's the boss of everybody because he can see the future.
Well, he's never wrong.
whatever, you can see the future.
So he's never wrong, so you might want to actually get him that tea. So
She's like, oh, what can he tell us about the future of this place? And then you're like already walking out the door.
It will cost you.
All right. You guys are all now out on the street. The bustling morning traffic has begun. You see Eyes of Lathander and Pax heading toward the forest. You see traders coming in from the forest side that you had recently traveled through, presumably upon the path, but who knows. You see everyone going about their morning business, and the din of traffic and mercantile trade is going off to the right as you exit the door to your right side, where you know the market to be. Also on your right side is the dingy alley where the beggar was. Do you all go as a pack? Do you all go in pairs? What do you guys want to do?
I think we're packing it up.
I think Pack would probably be your smartest option.
Pack it up.
yeah,
Pack.
let's not split the party so early.
We're all seasoned
It's too soon.
veterans, right?
I'm not strong enough by
Keep
myself.
waving.
Oh, I'm
Gonna wave
waving, but
for
my
you.
camera's crap. So, hi, Mira. I'm waving.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
hello.
Your
Everyone say hi.
muscles, Joshy.
Hi.
Those muscles.
Give her. She wants a flex. Give her a flex, Josh.
This
Ooh,
is
Ooh.
That's
Congrats.
got a couple of sick puppies here.
You're
You gotta take those to the vet too with your son.
Right. That's right.
How was the
go to the vet with
wedding?
these sick
Oh
puppies.
yeah.
I mean, it was very just us.
Nice.
It was just us two. Yeah, we talked about a lot of bringing other people, but it was like if we bring some people, then we'll have to bring everybody. So it was like we'll just do it us, and then we're having the huge wedding in May. So it was nice. Though. It was sweet.
Yeah, you guys live together now, right?
Yeah, we're in the process of moving her over here. Yeah,
Good.
the whole thing. But yes,
Con-
we are.
Congrats.
Thank you. Or should I say thank you, Mira? I'll be reading your entire best man speech just like this.
Everyone's gonna be like, "Is that his real voice? That's his real voice." All right.
I
cool.
will only speak like that all night.
That's how you know me. Only.
Does this man work in radio?
My name is
His voice is so soothing.
Meow.
What a soothing voice he has.
Welcome to
All right.
MEOW Radio.
So you guys
MEOW.
clog. You guys clog up. That's pretty good. KEOW, Kiao. Welcome to the Kiao. All right, so you guys clog up the entrance of the alleyway completely with your all 3, 6, 8 of you. The beggar has returned to he's stationed between 2 crates, just kind of hunched over his bowl, munching on some bacon and eating the hash with his hands. You can see on the the alleyway is just littered with refuse. There's a water barrel right next to you at the entrance, and then various paper and trash, bits of wood and shit, all littered throughout this alleyway. When he sees you guys, when he you're within maybe 10 feet of him when he finally spots you guys, and seeing a big pack of you, he gets up to bolt.
Were I a lesser cat, the spear in my hand would be flying down this alleyway. But
Who would like to do something?
I wish there was a trip spell.
I do not have hold person.
Go into a retina.
So yeah, I hope someone had a whole person.
How far away is he?
Currently he's 10 feet away from you.
I will Misty step in front of him.
Can I cast? Who is this in front of us? Right? Who is this?
It's the beggar in the alley.
Oh, it's the beggar in the alley.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
Vulcan has kind of deduced is Manus McMahon in disguise.
I point my finger and I cast message at him, and I'm just like,
Don't go too far, mate. He's gonna get ya.
Both of you roll initiative for me, just real quick. Just D20 plus your dex mod.
so lost. In such a
There is
weird
no
way.
active combat encounter in your current. Okay, so just dex.
Just manually
Oh,
roll
yeah.
one then. Yeah.
Okay.
I cannot read that die.
I know, I can't read my die. It's not good.
I can read it when it's standing still.
Hopefully.
Cool.
Wow.
Plus my dex mod, right? Yeah, that was.
Can I
pretty
just use
awful.
that inspiration and reroll mine?
That's entirely up to you.
Let's just do that. Probably not gonna help, but whatever.
But now's the time to try.
It's like, no.
So,
There it goes.
for full transparency, I rolled a 5 for his initiative, so he runs 30 feet away before you guys can take your actions. Wait, no, not 30. He runs, I would say, he gets about 15 feet down the alley, putting a 20-foot distance between you.
I rolled a 6 technically because you said plus.
Oh,
that dex mod,
okay.
right?
If you rolled
Yeah,
a 6,
4 plus
then
a 6. Yeah.
then
'cause
you-
I can add I hit 6. Sorry.
you were able to cast your message then. what you receive in because message is wait no I'm thinking of sending. No, you send your message and you can feel the magic take hold in his mind and receive it. Is there anything else you want to do?
Kind of like, yeah, I say that. I wanted to just do that so it'd be just enough for Acasio to Misty step in front of him. Like if it would stop him, or if he'd hear my voice, because
like
I was the one
hesitate?
to talk to him in the alley. Yeah, for him to hesitate. Just
Roll a
enough
persuasion
for him
check.
to-
It doesn't really matter because I can. Misty Step's a bonus action, so I can easily outrun him no matter what.
Roll a persuasion check anyway.
Question. Well, the dice being rolled.
Answer.
Is this like
Oh, come on.
alley that like
Oh,
goes to a dead end, or is it
18
like
and
an
then
alley
roll.
that goes to another road?
It is.
Like, I'm just curious. Is it like
It's an open-ended alley, so in theory
Okay,
he could
so it's
run out
like-
into a different street, out from the side.
so? Is it
He
like
just makes this alley his home.
essentially that, and then you got the roads on either side, kind of ish.
Hang on. Let me.
And we're all like right here.
Got an Uncrustable in the air fryer right now. I'm doing
Oh
it.
yes, you
Are
do.
you serious?
Jesus.
Dead ass.
That sounds.
I have
Nah,
one
man.
right. I have one right here thawing because I just want to eat, one like this.
Oh,
I got one in the air fryer right now.
that's next level.
Oof.
A little jealous.
Oh man, it's all
Got
about a
there.
certain brand specific pressure cooker.
Oh,
Pressure
Yeah.
cooker?
pressure
There's
cookers
that.
are fucking
Instant
bomb.
pot. Anyway,
Okay, so let me know when you all see this.
My token.
I do not
Uh,
own any token with vision in this scene.
Yeah, it's what it
Nice.
says for me as well.
For thine eyes.
You just got, it's one of those weird ones you just
That's
gotta
high.
unlock the whatchamacallit.
Fine, whatever.
Fine.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
give me sight beyond
Hey.
sight.
Okay.
Nice.
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a lot
Bill
better.
should now
Okay.
be able to see. So for this, I will say, Dreek, we'll put you back here just because I need Umlau to be able to see
Yes.
Manus.
All good.
We'll put you there.
Oh, I did not mean to do that.
Casio, Vulcan, were you leading them toward Manus, or?
I mean, it makes sense to me. I didn't
Okay.
say so, but it makes sense to me.
Sure. I gotcha there. All right. So let's say he's there. We'll say. Actually, no. He would have been here, I guess, because I did say he was eating between two crates.
So
So
he's 10 feet away.
you guys had moved into the alleyway. I did say that. This is theater of the mind until you guys started drawing your own diagrams. We'll just put you all there.
I wasn't. Anyway, whatever.
That's fine. This
just
is
trying to-
kind of what the alley looks like, just vaguely. So, but there is an open end on the other side. So in this case, with initiative, what it is. So with that persuasion check you rolled, he hesitates slightly, looks back at you, and attempts to bolt again. But is only able to get about that far, I'll say. So
It's
Acasio,
the
it is
guy
now
I
your
was
turn.
talking to yesterday, mate. Get him.
Oh, okay. Well then. What the heck? Okay, there we go.
Pretty sure.
How come I'm not moving? How do I move my dude? Oh, there it goes. Weird. I'll just walk here and then use Misty Step to go on the other side of him.
All right.
And that's bonus action, so I still have my action. And with my action, I will just shit. Let me see what my stats are here.
You can do that here.
That's not bad. I'll lightly grab his wrist and say, "We are not your enemy."
Go ahead and roll an athletics check just for funsies.
Okay. It's not trying to like
you.
out. It's not trying to like.
I get it.
Grapple him or anything, but
Just for funsies. I'm rolling like ass tonight. Yeah. So like he skids to a stop in front of you, like kind of like sprawled out in front of you, almost going prone. And you just kind of like grab hold of him lightly. Roll a persuasion check, just also.
yep.
All right. You see him kind of like breathing heavily, looking a little freaked out, but just kind of like that. He's just wide-eyed, and you're looking straight into the face of this halfling, and he looks terrified, honestly.
We mean you no harm. We're just looking for some answers.
I don't have any answers. I can't guarantee who you are.
I say we've come from the guilds. Come to investigate the individuals who've seemed to lose their memories back before the awakening.
I'll say at this point we're kind of out of that initiative was just like for who reacted first. So if anybody wants to interject at this point, you can. But he looks at you and he says, memories. People who give up their memories. This place is only memory. Choose what you remember here.
What do you mean by that?
He begins laughing hysterically. I've seen you. You stayed the night here. You dream as well. You dream as well.
Do any of us hear this? Did anybody else hear this?
I'll say, as you guys are moving in the alley, I'll say the only people who are able to hear this are Umlau and Vulcan, but as you guys get closer, you might be able to hear more.
Because I tried to talk to him, so if he was stopped, I'd try to move a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys, we're out of, like, a turn order or anything, but if you guys are, like, still walking in and, like, approaching, then...
Yeah, I was using the location very loosely, but
yes,
at least
but he's kind of... His tone, like, the and Vulcan can attest to this, the muttering that he gave, like, that he did to himself was up and down. A lot of, like, highs and lows. And every time he goes low, if you're not, like, right up on him, you won't be able to hear it. So...
Okay. I kind of hear him partially singing. And I'm just like, hey, mate, that's what I'm supposed to do. And I hear that it's creepy. I'm like, oh, you can continue, mate. He's crazy, old guy. And I look at Vulcan, and I'm just like,
sometimes
he's
the craziest
crazy.
ones are actually the most sane, but also the most scarred.
Are you talking about yourself, mate?
Faj just casts a knowing glance.
What spell is that?
Thanks, Dad.
What do you mean you've seen me?
I saw you yesterday. I saw you come in. You're new. You're new. And because you're new, you'll get the dreams. And he grabs you by the front of your robes and he's just like, don't tell me you haven't seen them.
I run closer immediately, and I'm just like, get off my friend, mate. Get off my friend, you crazy guy.
Yeah, and you have no trouble, like, just, like, breaking, like, just slapping his hands down. He's not strong by any means. Go ahead and start, like, placing yourselves around here.
I'm where I am. I'm watching to see if anyone is, like, watching us.
Roll a perception check for me.
Out.
Do you guys want Koss to be with Zoom, or do you want him in somewhere else?
Maybe go to the other side of the alley.
Okay. I'll say you can get to about there. Over this time period. Like, he just slips between you guys.
I'll, like, is this like a well? this spot here?
It's just like a water barrel, like a rain barrel
Okay.
or something.
I'll just stand here and like kind of lean and look around, make sure. Hopefully, we're not being watched.
No fishing in the barrel.
Sure. Jesus Christ. Having rolled 2 ones, there are 2 people watching your progression into the alley.
What do they look like?
They looked robed. One is robed, the other is so both look like they're dressed kind of like acolytes. One more heavily armed in like armor and like having a weapon at his side. The other looks more like a priest or something. Something more akin to like an acolyte. But they both seem to bear kind of like just iconography of Lathander and priesthood.
I like kind of just mark them, but like try to pretend like I'm not looking at them, sort of thing.
Roll a deception or stealth check, your choice.
Deception.
We'll do stealth.
I like stealth deception better. Hey.
You do that thing where you like think they might like you almost make eye contact and you think they might like you're not sure if they've seen you or not or if they know you were staring, but you're kind of just trying to be nonchalant about it with some success.
Luckily, my hair is over my eyes.
There you go. There you go.
I can't see.
That's fair. Meanwhile, the conversation continues.
This guy's crazy, mates. Be careful.
Who are they that you speak of?
Oh,
Jog my memory. What was the last thing
You've seen them. I don't know if he's referring to the dreams or individuals or something.
You get the feeling that he was talking about the dreams.
Okay. And why is it you're still here?
He says, "Why are you here, mate? He might be deaf too and crazy. Maybe that's the problem."
The DM says he's thinking.
De-inspiration. I'm just kidding.
I had to wait for the right amount of time to use it, so.
Stupid or something.
He looks kind of like you said guild, right?
I said guilds.
He kind of like shakes his head and he's like,
Odasses.
because there's work to do. They can't find the bride. How can you not understand that?
What happens if they find the bride?
I don't know.
Can
She
you
doesn't want to be found.
Can you describe his bride?
He starts like massaging his head. He's like, oh, no, I can't describe her.
Does she wear white?
Oh no. We heard her call. We
Does she
followed her message. We had to split up. I never knew if they brought her forth. The church caught wind of what we were doing. And now he looks like he's starting to like struggle against something. He's like,
At
and
this
he like
point,
shudders.
Foz will kind of stoop down to his level
Mhm.
and kind of look him straight in the eye and say, "Show me," and his eyes will, and I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
nice.
Correct.
Okay. Well, that changes things. Hang on. You get a sudden image of
Dick.
We'll start with the surface thoughts, but we're
It's-
gonna go deeper.
it's
gonna
like
be
a dick
dick
pic. It's
deeper,
essentially a
too.
dick pic. Oh, we going deeper. Okay. What do you have to roll for
So
a deeper
10
scan of his thoughts?
Initially, I learned the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind at the moment, which, that's just free. And then as an action, I can move it to look at somebody else or probe deeper. If I probe deeper, I'm just gonna
I think it's a save, right?
do
that
that.
they
Yeah,
make?
it's a okay. That was not useful. It has to make a Wisdom saving throw. I don't know
Okay.
why it rolled it. Oh, info. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do.
Ooh.
Yeah, it has to make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw, and if it fails, I gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large on its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. If the creature succeeds, the spell ends. Either way, the target knows that you're probing into its mind unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts. The creature
Okay.
can use its action on its turn to make an intelligence check contested by your intelligence check. If it succeeds, the spell ends. So I'm peering into his soul.
Okay. So what I will say then is, for surface thoughts, you get the image of forgot you were the mentalist.
It's okay. I'll wait.
Okay. And he definitely fails to save for a deeper probe as well. His surface thoughts are occupied by a solitary figure. One who is not kind of not really what you would expect. It's a priestly figure wearing a gold half mask. He's like it's bald and gold running down like his cheeks. The mouth is black, like it's got like a black cloth or like black paint or something. You're not entirely sure. But he's got just markings of like sun iconography up his gauntlets and up his arms. He looks like, I guess for lack of a better term, he looks kind of like a knight or a paladin, just like softly dressed though, not in plate, but like in leather or something. But he's got this bearing about him like of a warrior, definitely something related to the church. The impression you get is that like he is hunting Manus.
Okay.
That's a surface thought, like as you asked that question. The deeper thought that you get is of his dreams. His most obsessing thought is of the halfling. The halfling you're looking at in front of you, but there's a dwarf by his side as well. You can kind of tell like it's from the dwarf's perspective. Like he's a little taller than the halfling. He's interacting with him. He's got memories of living his life here in Hinterwood with him, of being with this person, and then of dreams of this person wearing a golden mask, identical to the one that you've seen, that you're holding. And then eventually the dreams shift, and he's wearing the mask. And the halfling is in front of him, alive, not dead. You get the impression of a recurring thought that this is just a dream, this isn't real. Whatever the bride is offering me, I cannot accept, is the recurring thought.
I see.
And then you get a flash of... Hang on, let me just sift through my thoughts. You get the thought of... You get the thought of a darkening sun. Like the blue eclipse dark, the dark ecliptic sun of your visions. And a dying light. That's all I've got to say about that.
Oh.
Real quick, I'm gonna have to take off because I have to wake up at 5:50 and I'm sick.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Sounds good.
I
Feel
know.
better.
We won't be going for too much longer. But
Yeah. See you later.
See you, buddy.
Goodbye.
so you have him locked in your detect thoughts. What are you gonna do now?
I will open. Well, I'll kind of look, make sure there's no other people besides us in the alley, and then reach into the bag of holding and produce the halfling mask. You should not accept this. But this is familiar to you. Yes.
He, like, his hand begins to shake as he reaches out for it.
And Foz kind of pulls it back.
You see his face morph, like slowly, like it's like almost like melting away, and you see a dwarvish face instead. You see kind of like his body fade and like extend and become a dwarf instead.
We must talk candidly, should you wish to possess this.
He's just kind of like locked onto it.
Special to you. Yes.
Did she send you? Send you to torment my waking thoughts as well?
Who is this woman of which you speak?
He doesn't answer you.
Is it the bride?
She needs tools to be set free. And I have a key.
And why was she placed in bondage?
Inborn are all in bondage.
Sinborn, you say?
Haas comes down from one side of the alley. There are people watching. People from the church.
Anyone?
Zoom's just like, yep. You're not lying there. Maybe we should take this somewhere more private.
Don't like it, mate. Maybe we should keep moving.
Agreed.
When Manus hears you, or hears Koss say that, like, you guys all generally talk about moving, and when he hears the church, he kind of glances up, and, like, fear re-enters his face. And he turns to you, Foss, and he's like, "Why do you seek the bride?"
We do not know. That is the knowledge we seek. Why do we seek the bride? Once we know that, we will know whether we should continue with that course of action. We seek foundational knowledge.
You see his terror reach a peak, and then kind of like drip, like slowly it starts to fade, Says, if the church is watching you, they already know I'm here. And he produces a single key. This key is... Hang on. It's a steel metal key. On one side is kind of like a three-pronged side, like all facing downward, almost like star points all the way down, like the insertable side. And on the back half, or the back side, there's like a half orb, like a clear glass half orb filled with some sort of red fluid within it. 2 ornate steel wings wrap either side of the orb, kind of just like around the outside. And small, like almost like necklace-like chains wrap around the entire orb, like or wings and all, holding it all together.
What kind of keyblade is this?
It's only about that big. It's like a
my
literal
God.
key. Literal
Does it
key.
level up with us?
That is yet to be seen. But he looks at you and hesitates, like he's like looking directly in your eyes, Foz, and then bites down into his free hand. And you just see kind of like blood gush up in and around his teeth. Body horror for James.
Attack on Titan.
You just he bites down really hard, and there's like a lot of blood just like pouring up from his hand, and he starts smearing it on the back of the key, on the orb side.
What the hell is he doing, mate? What is that?
Do I detect that there's like some purpose, like he's doing something to like activate it or something like of a kind of magical-ish?
With his
Not
bloodied
necessarily like
hand,
casting some, but
with his bloodied hand, he holds out the key to you, and like he's holding the pronged part and holds it out to you, and you can see the orb where the chains are wrapped around it start receding down to the base of the orb.
Ah, okay.
They must not succeed. Go now. Seek out the Mortimers. Delilah holds the other half of this key.
Okay.
The dawn must never catch the moon. You will always try, but he never will. And never should. Zoom, you start seeing the priests that you clocked. So the two that you notice do one of these. They're like, their heads twitch sideways like this. And they start moving in toward the alley.
I'll like prepare an action just to like grab one of them if they get close. And I just say like, the church is coming in for service, everyone. Oh, there's quite a lot more than just the two that I originally had seen.
Yes. You can see them all start kind of like moving into action by some unseen and unheard order.
Also, once kind of handed the key, Foz would actually hand the key to Dreek and say, I assume someone of your skill set would know of ways to hide things where they cannot be found.
Put it up your butt.
We're all thinking it. We're all thinking it.
We're not saying that's where it's hidden, but yes, I will take it. I will hide it.
I imagine the bag of holding would be a rather obvious place for it.
Yeah, we have
yes,
one of those.
Yes, that's, yeah. You may know that, but no one else.
Boss reports 3 other guards on the other side. Lads, we have company. Does anybody wish to do anything?
I did my part. Y'all can do other stuff now.
That's the spirit. Keep score.
I'm doing my part.
I mean, I'm just
Hey, look,
standing
how hostile do
behind
they
him.
look?
Oh, yeah. Oh, those things. Okay. Oh, fuck. I don't like that at all. Yeah.
So they don't approach with weapons drawn. But they start moving in, and you see one of the more heavily armored ones. He's like walking over in full plate mail. Says, "You there, ogre?"
I like step forward.
What business have you here?
We were staying at this inn.
Really? Is that all?
Yeah. You could just ask the person here.
And no other business?
Well, you see, this guy, our friend, had brought him some food, but then he got a bit scared, so we're just trying to console him here.
Indeed. We were told you were looking for a certain person. You were inquiring at the bar last evening.
Oh, really? You know, I'm just like along for the ride here. Why? Is it someone you're looking for?
Indeed. He's a wanted heretic. Guilty of blasphemy and heresy against the church.
Oh, okay.
And is to be apprehended at once.
If we find anything, we'll let you know.
Roll a deception check.
Vital offender and all that jazz.
I'll give you my inspiration, Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, cause yeah. 'Cause I can't use my portent on this.
Okay, that's better.
But unfortunately not good enough. The knight seems to like... You can see him squint at your words, and he says... He steps in within melee range of you, and he says, "I'm gonna need you to step aside."
I'm kind of stuck here. Could you like move a little bit? Just
Move or you will be removed.
and I sort of like
You do not want... And he kind of like leans into you, and he's like, "You do not want to make an enemy of Lathander."
Oh, is your name Lathander?
He's completely, despite my own face, completely stoic and is not amused.
Is he wearing a mask or is he just?
He's not wearing a mask. He's wearing a golden helmet though, and the frill, like it's similar to the image that's there, but like the frill is actually like spikes, similar to like the rays of a sun.
I just say like, oh, Lathander, you know, and I kind of lean in, like I hunch down and lean over so I'm like right in his face, and I just say like, I had a dream last night when I was in the tavern. And like Lathander was like, and I'm just trying to like buy time basically and like distract him. I'm like, Lathander was like, offer me some,
one more deception for me.
Do you know how I could, like, they showed me some really interesting visions. I want to know more.
Bill, you're rolling a 16.
Oh, I'm rolling a 16 apparently.
Sorry, I was putting my hand out, but I just realized that you guys don't
Nobody
see
can
the
see you.
Yu-Gi-Oh hand motion. So I'm
You're not
using
seeing
my
anything from
portent
you.
to make you roll a 16.
If it's including my deception modifier, it's 15 then.
He looks distracted but not engaged. He turns over his shoulder and he like does one of these for everyone to move in, but he's like caught up with you. Like he almost like he doesn't like really want to hurt you, but like he's trying to like de-escalate, and he's
I'm
kind of
like-
losing patience. You're
Well, he,
delaying
like,
him,
looked
but he's
away
losing
from me. I
patience.
sort of like turned to it's like, yeah, Lafander's really great here, and I'm like trying to get like people's attention, like in there to be like, we have a situation, sort of thing.
What do the rest of you do?
I'm just waiting on everybody to move. Umlau's not going to go anywhere near those
Squeezed
guys.
in there.
I kind of like, I'll look over my shoulder at Zoom and I'll just kind of like make my way over there a little bit.
Question.
Shoot.
What are the ones on Kaz's side doing? Are they
You can
kind
see
of-
you can see Koss kind of like move to interpose them. You can see his hands are up and he's like trying to like placate them. But your focus is more on Zoom behind you.
Okay. Let's see.
Let me be clear, they're very much from the Church of Lathander.
Yep.
They're not just some random dudes out here.
What exactly is Manus doing after he handed the key over? Is he kind of like resigned to, okay, well, whatever, or...
You see a light flash of magic. He's just kind of like, he does one of these, like he's pulling upward. And as he does, his like halfling disguise is reassembling itself.
Oh, okay. So he's redisguising himself.
He's trying to anyway, yeah.
Okay. Perhaps we should.
Spell book.
Well, I'm looking. All I got's detect thoughts. That's it.
Maybe you would like to cast Detect Thoughts and determine
No,
what their intent is.
I don't think probing the guard's
You
mind
detect
is a
their
good idea
thoughts.
right
They're
now.
detecting that they're going to rip this man apart.
Well, Umlau, perhaps they would like a song.
Okay, mate. But I was a
Surely you
bit
can
rusty
sweet talk
today.
you. Surely you can use your silver tongue to get us out of this mess, no?
I can try, mate. But I don't know if they'll like my songs. They seem pretty angry.
And I'm just like,
Don't worry.
Alright.
I foresee that you will at least be above average.
That's pretty good, mate. Usually that's how it works out. Pretty good with the ladies. All right, mate.
I look at all the people trying to surround us, and I'm just like,
It's me, Umlau, and his friends, mate. We're not here to fight. We're just here on a date. We just want to go, and we're just here to play. So please don't kill us. Not tomorrow, not today. We are the mercenaries. We are the mercenaries. See, mate? We're okay.
Roll a performance check, I guess.
let's see. Oh, 15. Not too bad.
You can see, so on Casa's side, you can see that the guards are starting to get a little, like, rowdy. Like, they're getting a bit shovey. One, you can hear, like, as his voice starts raising, he says, "You'll give us who you're hiding, and clear out." Like, he's, like, straight up, like, starting to get into Casa's face, and Casa is, like... He's doing that thing where he's, like, got one hand out like this, and the other hand is, like, listing toward his weapon, like he's about to, like, he's reaching for a weapon in case he needs it.
This is not good, mate.
Zoom, you can hear some sort of angry shout coming from the other side of the alley. The guy leans in and says, "Listen, I need you to leave and leave the man behind. You understand me? Leave him here, and we won't have to kill you." You understand me?
I mean, I was asking you about Lathander, and now you're talking.
I don't
about
care.
killing me.
Your time for talking is over. You either move, or I kill you.
What if I'll pull out the executioner sword that we found in the forest, and like put it down and like, what if we're also from Lathander?
He smirks. You're not. And he draws his weapon. Last chance. Come on, tall one. You don't want to die today.
How capable do they look?
I'm looking at Foz, and I'm just like,
It didn't work, mate. My song didn't work. What are we gonna do?
And
James and Josh, experienced D&D players, screening themselves to one side of the alley, getting ready for a fight.
Pack it in, pack it out.
I know how this plays out.
I'm gonna do a timer. I'm gonna give you 60 seconds to do something, and if you don't do something within that time, I'm gonna have you all roll initiative.
I immediately jump up and use my innate ability to levitate. How tall is this building?
Like 15 feet tall.
Like 15
to the
feet
eaves
tall?
of the roof.
Cool, because I can get up to 30 feet. So I jump up enough to grab the top of the roof and climb up onto it.
Okay.
Oh, you said we have a minute, right?
Well, you had a minute. You're about
Okay.
at like 40 seconds ish.
Oh, I would like to cast a spell that takes a minute, but other people can talk while I'm doing that.
I'll actually move
okay.
up. I will actually move up right next to Koss
Okay.
and try and talk to this fellow.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything?
I just say, I'd really rather you just arrest us, and I'm deciding if I want to rage or not.
Time is up. So what spell were you gonna cast?
I was casting a snare. I'm putting the info there, and I am doing it right. Nope, that's not an arrow.
So I will say before you even attempt to cast this, you said it about like the 30-second mark. You would have been halfway through casting, and would take another 30 minutes, right? Or I'm sorry, 30 minutes, 30 seconds to cast and complete.
That takes 1 minute to cast, so
Yes.
yeah.
So you're kind of getting it, like people are starting to move, right?
Oh, okay, then never mind.
It's starting to look like it may not be an option the
That's
way
not-
you're hoping. So
Nope, where's the
give yourself back the spell slot unless you want to cast it and you want to use the extra 30 seconds.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
I throw an avocado in this guy's face.
How do I remove? You're gonna have to remove that spell thing. I don't know how to remove that.
You can remove it. So you see second icon from the top,
Yeah, I did that.
and you can hover over that explosion
that's how
icon
you
in the
do it.
center,
Okay,
and then delete
there
it.
you go.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Umla's immediately like,
Not the avocados, man. No.
So, so Bud, as you move in, you with the intent of talking, you get the brief. You can hear him, Koss, talking to the other guard, and the guard is. He's sort of cowering a little bit, like he's puffed his chest up and he's like in Koss's face, and Koss is not having it. Koss is like about ready to like throw this dude to the floor and kill him essentially. And you hear very briefly Koss say, "Helm be damned! I'm not moving. I'm not giving you this beggar. You're gonna clear out, or I'm gonna fucking kill you." It's what you walk in on. Zoom, you hear the man, the guard in front of you is like kind of got this like regretful look on his face, and he says, "There's no quarter for someone hiding a fugitive." And we're all gonna roll initiative.
Hey.
and end the session. We'll pick up
Excellent.
next time at the top of combat. So.
Cool.
Do we roll now?
Should we roll initiative now?
Nah, we'll do it next time because we'll just wait.
Diplomacy has failed, team. Unite up.
Sort of.
Worth a shot.
It was a different kind of shot, I'll say. But I'll be interested to see what you guys do. Well done.
Yes.
We got through a fair amount. I'm hopeful for the rest of it. I will be able to DM 2 weeks from now, and I will be on my honeymoon 2 weeks after that. So we'll miss one session, but after that, after I get back, I'll be able to hit the ground running, I think. So we'll miss one in between, but
Cool. Excellent.
I hope you enjoyed. I'm trying to move things forward because I know people got to get out of here, and you know we got work early and all kinds of shit. So
Real life stuff.
Yeah.
always getting in the way of my fake life stuff. Yeah, really, fake life. Fake life is life.
Yes.
But anyway, I hope you guys
Thank
enjoyed.
you, boys.
Yep.
Yes.
It was fun.
Indeed.
Thank you for
Good guys.
DMing.
Good shit.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
I don't know.
Boys.